Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Basket from CZT Anna Houston. All right. Um, this is another neat one. There's one called Weave It, because I thought, have we done this? Oh, no, maybe it was called Basket Weave. I don't remember. But it was different. This is neat. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I don't necessarily want to go all the way. Oh, let's do 4 corners and a border. Why not? I'll make it big, though. All right. I like to collect sort of, collect different ideas for doing a weave. For a while, I was doing in my Tangle Time sessions. I was doing I was calling it my I forget. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I would do like cut the tile in half this way. That would be my string, and then this half would be some kind of a basket weave or something, and then the top would be some organic type of thing. It was a planter series. That's what. So it's something that would look like it would be a planter, and this is a nice addition to that. Um, ooh, and maybe I should, let's be different. Um, yeah, okay, sure, I will. So this starts off, kind of like the lines I have, and actually this will be a good idea. But a nice, just a wavy line, and then, no, I just made it more complicated for myself, but that's all right. Then we're going to go the opposite direction. And so I'm going to try to mimic. It doesn't have to be exact, I will tell you that. And that is what's really nice. Although helpful to have it be more wavy than the second one that I did. Some of it is just figuring out a good place to start. So that way, you have wide against wide, narrow against narrow type of thing. Like that. Oh, and let's just put that there. Okay, now we'll flip this over. That's one thing I liked about playing with this, is that the hole doesn't have to be exact, is a nice thing. All right, and I don't know why sometimes having to think backwards or mirrored it's like, sometimes when you're trying to do something in the mirror and you're like, I can't find you're trying to cut your hair in the mirror or something. It's like, why is this just not working? All right, so then what we're going to do first is, in all of the narrow sections, we're just going to do some straight lines. And what I decided to do with mine is, kind of go in the middle of that narrow section and work my way out both sides. I'm not worried about how many lines I have. I'm just trying to like band them where it's the thinnest. So you can judge depending on how your wavy lines turned out. So it's like here where, it starts going up. It's like, well, then you just decide. Oh, I think I'll put one more here. I don't think I'll leave that as such. I think I left one up at the top. Well, let's get you there. Well, and having your lines meet each other is always a good thing too. Oop, here I missed. But like I said, make that your judgment call, because and that's what's nice. That's what makes it a lot forgiving. Is just that. And like here, I'm just gonna make it up. I'm pretending that would be a thin section there. And if you can get your lines nice and symmetrical, good. But I think most everyone I know does like me and has a big sigh of relief. It's like, oh, great, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's awesome. All right, I think I got them all, and I'm sure I will come across. It looks pretty good. Because that would be, yeah, this one is a little wonky here, isn't it? Wide. Oh, actually, there would be some about right here. Because as you can also see, alternating, they kind of go in rows, and that's nice. Now, on my step out, I decided just because I know how my brain works sometimes, and instead of just having, oh, here, then just fill this in with lines, I wanted to kind of give an idea of here's how you could start. And that would be to put, a straight, it doesn't have to be a straight line, put a line sort of down the middle on each one. And this is when, you could do it all ahead of time if you wanted to, like I'm doing now. Or you could just, do each one. You know what? I'm gonna do that. But you could also, let me just do one over here. We'll do this the middle one. Or you can just, okay, we'll put the line down the middle, and then on each side, just kind of curving up somewhat. I'm somewhat working down this line so that way all of the lines aren't coming from that one point. We don't want to do that. But, some of them, and they can you just kind of make it up as you go. Like that. So either way, whatever works best for you, I just like to offer options because I don't know, who's new to Zentangle, and if you follow me a lot, I always say we all work differently. Our brains work differently. It's the beauty of being human, right? And so I like to think of different ways, and that way I kind of can help more people. If you're having a challenge, if you're not having a challenge, well, if you're not having any challenge, well, I guess you still might watch videos, but and what I decided to do on mine is do a lot of lines. I'm not sure. Was that? I think that's the other half. Yeah. And if you take a look at Anne's step out, she just has. Oh, some of them have more than others, but like just in her step out, she kind of has one down the middle, and then one on either side, and it's to your taste. However you want to do it is fine. This is just how I decided I wanted to do it. And then what's also interesting is because all of them are a little bit different, my squiggle lines, it's everything kind of just depends on, well, what does that one look like and what am I going to do with that? But in the end, it ends up working out really, really neat. And this is one of those kind of, just trust the process. Just keep going. It's all good. The lovely thing is that nothing has to be perfect. And for sure on this one. And the other thing is that this is a great one to just kind of get lost in. And, and see, like here, I have this bump. So I'm going to follow, kind of tracing over one and then just come up and fill that little gap like that. But, being that Zentangle was started as a way to teach meditation through art, this is a nice one because you really don't have to think too much. I'm sliding off the thing, aren't I? Even all of it. The initial squiggly lines, you don't even have to think about those. Just do them and don't worry about it, and then we see how it comes out in the end. And then these little partial ones. Oops, let me get the other side of that. I think if you just get some kind of curvature coming from that base, because then it ends up working out just fine. All right, last little bit I do. Believe, yes. And it's just, if you looked, even without shading, this is one of the things that's one of this is one of the many things that's so cool about Zentangle is that if you didn't see the steps and you just were to replicate that, I know myself, I'd be like, yeah, that's no, that's a big no for me. But knowing the steps, I don't know, it's just amazing. It's really amazing. So for shading, I'm just going to put a little shading. Actually, I'm just going to do one side at a time because we like to have the the pencil tip. And the same thing goes with the tortillon. I like to point it at the line I don't want to go over. I've heard Rick say where you want it to be the darkest, that's where you want to put the tip of the pencil, and the tortillon, and then move from there. So I'm just doing this so that way I don't have to keep flipping my. This one will work just fine. I don't have to keep flipping the little tile back and forth. And then just bring it out, and maybe only bring it out just a little ways. So like maybe think of it as a third of the way, because or like right before you hit. So like I brought that out, and I'm leaving it there. That's how I like it. But this could be a guide as the other the little bands, we'll call them. But just bring it out a little bit. You can always go back and add more. And the one thing you may consider is going a little bit darker. Maybe, just depends on, well, maybe not. It's just going to depend on what yours looks like. But that will create more of a dramatic effect, having more graphite. And as you know, we don't want graphite remorse, so you can just start modestly and then play. Because you can always add more. Alright. And this little partial there. We'll see if I hit them all. And then something I'm just realizing, also be careful because, to not go, so I'm not going into this section or this section. I'm pulling it out and then curving it around where that, where those other sections are. So it's just something to be mindful of, because it will help with the illusion that we're creating, or the results that we're creating, whichever way you want to think about it. It is an illusion, right? Oh, I don't think I got this little guy over here, didn't. Oh, and this one right here. It's always the little partials that get ripped off. They don't get all of the attention. All right, now I think I got it. Look at how cool that is. And then you can come back and play, and because I like to avoid having what looks like a straight line, and so sometimes I am like right here that just kind of needs some over there, but it's just one of those, take a look. And actually I'm going to add just a little bit over here, because if I was picturing what was happening on the other side, the band might be about right here, so that just helps. Yeah. Super neat. Super neat. All right, if you enjoyed this, and I hope that you did, would love to have you click like. Feel free to leave comments and share it. And if you liked it enough to see more, I'd love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. In the description section, you will find links to the step outs, ways to connect with me if you wish. And if you happen to be on Facebook, I have a link to my Facebook page, so you can follow me there. And if you want to join a crazy and absolutely wonderful group of Tangle addicts on our private group, we'd love to have you. And just so you know, there are questions to answer to gain membership to that group, so just so you're aware. And let's see, on my website, just to let you know, I do classes almost twice weekly. It just depends on the week. I have one Tuesday that I have a conflict, and so there's one Tuesday where everybody in the Tangle Addicts community is sad because we don't get our fix in. We don't have it twice a week or 4 times a week, because some people come to both sessions. I do 2 sessions. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays, depending on where you're at, I should say. if you are like in Australia, which we do have some that come on, it's oh, in Singapore, it's tomorrow. It's the next day already for some of the sessions. Um, so anyway, which is just mind blowing and so cool. But anyway, so we have a lot of fun. Would love to have you join us. And with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.